The Stone Age began more than 2 million years ago and ended around 3300 BC, as humans began to discover metalwork with the dawn of the Bronze Age. Compared to modern humans, Stone Age humans and human ancestors may have been primitive, but they were far more sophisticated than the grunting cavemen often depicted on screen. In fact, early humans were ingenious problem solvers who managed to survive and thrive in hostile environments. More and more, researchers are finding we're not so different. And with that, here are some ways our Stone Age human ancestors were much more similar to us than we may think. Number 1. They had pets. Thousands of years ago, in what is known today as Germany, people were buried with their pet dogs when they died. Archaeologists say they even appear to have nursed sick puppies for as long as they could, even when their recovery seemed uncertain. The remains of one dog suggest that the animal caught fatal canine distemper at around 5 months old and would have been seriously ill on several occasions, and each time it did, it was brought back to health. As distemper is a life-threatening sickness with very high mortality rates, the dog must have been perniciously ill, and it probably could have only survived thanks to very intensive and long-lasting human care and nursing. With lots of love, from a very long time ago. Number 2. They played music on instruments. As far back as 43,000 years ago, shortly after they settled in Europe, early humans whiled away their time playing music on flutes made from bird bone and mammoth ivory. The instruments were found in a cave in southern Germany in 2012 and are believed to have been used in religious rituals or simply as a way to relax. Number 3. They kept their homes clean and spent time hanging out on their rooftops. Though people tend to think of early humans as living in caves, a settlement found in Turkey in the mid-1960s reveals some of the earliest examples of urbanization. 9,000 years ago, Neolithic people lived in mud brick houses, packed closely together. Each house was uniform and rectangular and entered by holes in the roof rather than front doors. They were simple structures, but they had every modern convenience: a hearth, an oven, and platforms for sleeping on. According to archaeologist Shahina Farid, a lot of activity would have taken place at the roof level. People would cross between homes on the rooftops and use the alleyways between them to throw out their household waste. It's those areas that are the richest for us, said Farid, because they kept their houses very clean. Number 4. They made bread. A snack eaten 14,400 years ago might not look so different from a modern one after all. In northern Jordan, archaeologists found the remnants of ancient flatbread in what was once a fireplace. It was a staggering discovery. Making bread would have been an unbelievably labor-intensive process, requiring not just making the dough, but also harvesting the grain and milling it. For now, no one's exactly sure how they did it, or how they managed to make such finely ground flour. Number 5. They survived climate change. When the climate changed dramatically 1100 years ago, hunter-gatherers in what is today northeastern England were forced to make substantial changes to fight off the biting cold. Even as temperatures plummeted, researchers found pioneering early people changed their way of life rather than moving elsewhere, including how they built their homes and the kind of tools that they used. Number 6. They cured meat to turn it into bacon. A 5,300-year-old mummy found frozen in a European glacier in 1991 revealed that people had already begun curing meat. The mummy, known as Ötzi, or the Iceman, was killed by an arrow when he was between 40 and 50 years old and hiking across the Ötztal Alps between modern-day Italy and Austria. When researchers explored the contents of Ötzi's stomach, they were stunned to discover a kind of rudimentary prosciutto alongside a cooked grain. For his final supper, Ötzi had eaten goat, but it was dry cured rather than cooked. Archaeologists believe that he was carrying cured meat with him on this trip through the mountains. Number 7. The women were strong. Many millennia before women were even allowed to compete in the Olympics, Stone Age women were as strong as modern athletes. According to a study, remains of women from around 7,000 years ago suggest they were almost as strong as living, semi-elite rowers. The result tells us a little bit about what role women played in everyday life, and that they were likely as involved with manual labor as their male peers. And that is all for our video today. We hope you enjoyed it. What prehistoric related topic would you like us to cover next? Leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you all in the next one.